Hey y'all. Hey. Let me. I'm just in my pajamas, so I didn't want to come on screen looking all ratchet. But hey. Hello, Miss Nicole, Miss Amelia, Miss Brenda, SK, Miss Moan, Miss Queen Stephanie, Latanya, Miss Gilda, Miss April. Hello, Miss Jacqueline. Thank you, Miss Jacqueline. Hello, Miss Bertha, Miss Beverly, Miss Cynthia, Burr. How you doing, baby? Hello, Miss Beverly. So I know it's late, y'all. I was waiting to see if Miss Roz. Hey, Miss LB, baby. I was waiting to see if Miss Roz was going to come on tonight. Before I did my trees commentary, but hey, Miss Shar, um, I'm not sure if I said your name right. Is it Cher or Shar? Hey, JoJo Siwa. Hey, Miss Williams. I'm good. How are you? But we gonna do that tomorrow. Miss Ann, you didn't get my email? I wanted to come on. That was one of my main reasons to come on was to check on Miss Ann today, and I was waiting on Miss Roz to come on, but she didn't. So that's why I'm so late. Hello, sis. Hello, Miss Melody, Miss Carol. Hello. Please welcome in Miss Justice React, you all, please. Hello, Miss Tony. Hello, Miss Sylvia. So, like, I'm a just wave to y'all. I'm dressed for bed, so that's why I have the camera off. But I'm pretty sure you all have heard or seen the debate that is going around on Facebook about the McDonald's question. Hello, Miss Shirley. Hello, Miss Ann Tiffany. I'm good, baby. How are you? Okay, it's pronounced Cher like the singer. Okay. Hello. Okay. So, if you haven't saw the video, so this man, he went to take his child some food over to the child's mother house. The mom has multiple other kids by different men. So the man took his child some food. And one second, let me just answer Miss Ann. Miss Ann, I responded underneath the comment that you posted yesterday, but we can still do it. We can celebrate her all week, baby. It doesn't we can still do this. Um Miss Rosegarden, hey Miss Rosegarden, baby says she watched it. So Miss Ann, I will definitely I'm gonna post it in the comments right now, Miss Ann, for you. Give me one second, you all. I want to um all right, Miss Ann, I put it in the comments. But before we begin with this, let's all just take a moment of silence for Miss Ann's daughter that she lost. Today is her birthday. So let's just have a moment of silence for her and wish her a happy heavenly birthday. Okay. Hello, Miss YouTube on fire. Hello, Miss Vicky. So Miss Ann, my email address is in the comments, so we can, like I said, we can still do this. We celebrate all week, all month around here, so we can still do this. So just email me what you want to put on there. Hey, Miss Brenda Hill, and we can go from there. Everybody saying happy heavenly birthday to your daughter, Miss Ann, and I pray that you're in good spirits today, in spite of what you're going through. Um, Everybody sending you air hugs. Miss Ann said, thanks you guys so much. I really appreciate you all. We're family, Miss Ann, and we're going to stick together. We're going to ride out together, and we're going to uplift each other and we're going to support each other in any way possible. So that's what we do over here. We are all family, and if anybody ever needs something, we gonna ride out with you. So don't ever feel like you're alone. You have a whole family over here. Okay, so back to the story. So the gentleman took his baby some food over to the mother's house, and she has several different kids. I'm not sure if he said two or three by different men. And the lady was standing there ready to record him, and she said that she was going to put him on blast for being a bad father. And everybody saying how this man is such a good father. And she wanted to prove that he wasn't, because he only brought food for his child and not her only children. And not all her children. And in addition, she was saying that she didn't get her food stamps until the 11th of the month, and she didn't have any food to give her other children. And it was unfair that he only brought food for his children and not her children. And if all her children can't eat, then the young man can't eat um, either. So I want to know you all's thoughts and opinions on that. And how you would handle the situation, what you think about the situation. The My take on it all is, I'm the type of person that I can never sit back and watch children eat in front of another child, but that is not that man's responsibility. That woman had children with a whole bunch of irresponsible people, as well as she's irresponsible. And I don't think that that man is entitled she's entitled to that man's money. She doesn't know his financial situation. He maybe just had enough money to buy his child some food at that moment. We all know that fast food can get very expensive when you're buying from multiple people, and we don't know his financial situation. We don't know the situation. On top of that, the woman was very rude, very disrespectful, and I can see why he probably didn't want to have any parts of her. And she ended up throwing the child's food in the street because he didn't buy enough for all of her children. And I always say this about a lot of people. A lot of people don't like to take accountability for their actions. She wasn't accountable that she laid down multiple times and cocked her legs open for all these random men that are not mature enough, responsible enough to have children, and neither is she, in my opinion. And now she wants to take it out on the, seems like, the only person who's standing up to be a father to her children. Why she think that that man should carry the weight of all of her deadbeat fathers is unbelievable to me. And reading people takes on the matter really further lets me know that a lot of people need mental help, because for you to feel like that was justified for that lady to throw that baby's food in the streets, um is and waste that man hard-earned money, was ridiculous. And if I had something to say to the young man, I would suggest, hey, Miss Lorraine, hey, Miss Kimberly, how are you? um I would suggest to the young man that he would get his child in the future and maybe take his child to the park, take his child back to his home, or maybe let the child eat in the car, because I do think it's unfair for the other children to watch that child eat fast food and they don't have any food. But it's never his responsibility to he's not her man. They're not dating, and even if they were dating, he's still not responsible for her other children. But that's not her man, so he don't have to take on you and your burdens and your responsibility for your other children, because he's not even your man. So that baffled me, that she felt so entitled to this man's money. um And it seems as if, like I said, he's the only one that's providing for his children. So you're going to run that man off as well. And now, I see how some men um, and women, rather not deal with the other parent. And that's how so many children are left in single parent homes because the parents can't seem to co parent in a mature manner. That woman, in my opinion, was very wrong for what she did, not only to that man, but to her child. His father wants to be involved, his father wants to be in his life. And you know how kids nowadays, they get the phone, they call the other parent, look, I'm hungry. That parent is going to come running with that baby some food. He's not probably thinking about, oh, the other children may be hungry too. He's just making sure his child have something in his stomach, as he should. Um so I want to take get you all take on it. So I'm going to go back up to the comments. Miss SK said, I saw that on the Breakfast Club this morning. Miss Justice reacts, say, I agree. Miss Shirley says, I agree. Miss Williams say, I totally agree. Miss Shirley said, oh my God, no way. Miss Sylvia said, exactly. It would be nice to feed them all, but it's not his responsibility. Absolutely not, Miss Sylvia. Miss Rose Garden said, it was wrong how she threw that food. Right. Like, you have a lot of nerve. You just said you can't feed your children. So he took a part of the stress out by feeding his child. Now you just have to find something else for the other children to eat. And I find it very irresponsible of her to say that she get food stamps, and by just, people that I've mentored and things, by that, those many kids, you're getting a nice amount of money from the state to provide for your children as far as food. What choices are you making at the grocery store that you don't have enough groceries to feed your children for the entire month? With 3 or 4 children, the state provides a nice amount of money, probably more than enough for you to feed 3 children and yourself. What type of irresponsible choices are you making at the grocery store? Are you just buying little hot pockets, little throw in the microwave, little throw in the oven stuff, opposed to buying meat and vegetables, something that will sustain them throughout the day? Or are you just buying snacks, which would take the majority of your money, and they won't have the nourishment that their bodies actually need? So I think that she's making poor decisions at the grocery store as well. That's why she don't have enough money to properly feed her kids throughout the month. She definitely have to take some responsibility for her actions, which she chose not to do. She chose to put all that responsibility on a man who didn't father the other children. Miss Lawanda says, not his responsibility. They are not together, and she was so rude. He's not obligated to buy all her kids' food. Absolutely not, Miss Lawanda. Miss JoJo says, I just feel like he could have just picked up his child and took him out to eat. I agree with you, Miss JoJo. That's what I mentioned, that like maybe if I had some type of advice to give to the young man, to maybe next time take his child out the house, take him to the park, feed him there, maybe have him eat in the car, or take him back to his home to eat, because you don't want the children to start having any type of animosity, excuse me, towards each other for the way that he's getting treated opposed to the way that they're getting treated. You don't want that sibling rivalry. So I agree with you, Miss JoJo. Miss SK said yes, disrespectful and on camera, shaking my head. Hello, oh, okay, I spoke. Yeah, she purposely did that, Miss SK. She said she was going to do that because everybody thinks that he is a good father, but he's not. So I'm going to expose you. And in my opinion, all she did was expose herself. She exposed that she was trifling, irresponsible, and very immature, in my opinion. Ms. Sher says, I would not deny any child food regardless of what the father did or didn't do. That was wrong. Okay, I respect your opinion, Miss Sher. Miss Beverly say, I agree. Miss Rose Garden talking to JoJo. Miss YouTube on Fire says, I wish he would have just gone to the store with what money he had and she could have cooked for them all, but overall it's her responsibility to make sure her kids eat. I agree with you, Miss YouTube on Fire, and I even said to myself that, you know, maybe if he would have just went and bought a pizza for all the children. But it's probably the young lady's approach and her entitlement, um in her audacity to me. That's probably why he didn't do it, to try to be just as petty as she was being. Maybe that's why he didn't do it. If she probably would have went to him in the right way and say, listen, can you go to the store and buy a loaf of bread, a pack of hot dogs, and some chips and some juice for my children? That way they can eat for a couple days. You know, it would be appreciated. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. And I don't think that she was mature enough to think along those lines, Miss YouTube on Fire. So she probably, was just all sassy with the man, and he just like, you know what? This is my responsibility. I'm gonna take care of my responsibility, and that's it, and that's all. I'm not sure of the particulars of the story. I only know from what I saw, but you can tell a lot by the interaction she had with that man. Miss Kimberly said they obviously wasn't hungry. I would have fed however many I could have with that one meal. You right. If that's what you got to do, just break it up and so that everyone can eat. Then you have to. But when is she gonna get off her behind and do something else to ensure that her children are going to have a meal for that day? So you didn't, what is the plan B? He didn't come with the food for your children. You don't have any food for your children. So what are you going to do? Sit there and let your children starve? Like, what is your plan B? When are you going to let that motherly maternal instincts kick in, and you will go out there and do what you have to do to provide for your children? Like, when does that kick in, instead of you sitting at home waiting on someone to hand you something? At the end of the day, you are responsible, and you have to provide for those children that's in your home. So what point is she going to put her big girl panties on and do what's needed for those children? Miss Ann says she could have divided the food with all the kids. That's not his responsibility. Okay, you on the same wavelengths as Miss Bush. Miss Jojo says, shaking my head. Miss Gilda says, I digress. Miss Sylvia says, right, take the child away and feed him. Hello, Miss Lane. How are you? Miss Lane said, I agree with you. He was taking care of his child. Absolutely. And that's the only thing that he's entitled to do. And that is take care of his responsibility, instead of holding those other men accountable for their lack of. She tried to put all the weight on the one father that was supplying for the children, that was taking care of his child, and that can run someone away. So why would you want to run away the only person that is doing something for your child? And I don't know. I don't know if I heard this or not. I thought I heard the lady say that he does this all the time. So why didn't you have this discussion with him prior? I just think it's her immaturity in the way that she goes about things. He seemed like a sensible enough man that he probably would have just went to the store and purchased food for all the children if she would have approached the situation in the correct manner, not the way that she did. Okay. Hey, Miss Trinity, how are you, baby? Okay, let me go back up, you guys. The comments are moving, so Miss Utah Fire said, it's really hard for us to have an opinion on this because we never heard his side. I feel bad for the kids. Absolutely. And I'm only going by what I saw. And we'll never know the truth in many situations. We can only go by what we see. But since she put it out here for the world to see, I had an opinion on it, and I'm pretty sure other people did. So I just wanted to hear you all's take on it. And you're so right, Miss You too. We didn't hear on fire. We didn't hear his side of the story, but I'm just going off of the little bit that we did see. Miss Kimberly says, "Hey everyone, sounds like it's common for her to ask this particular father for items for her other kids often. He doesn't owe her anything." I agree, Miss Kimberly. And like I said, he seemed, and this is only from the brief little video that I saw, that if he was okay enough with bringing his children food, his child food every day or whatever like that, she could have approached him in a sensible manner and at least attempted to ask him to do for her other children in a better way than the way that she went about it. To me, it was her goal to make him look bad, to try to tarnish his reputation by him doing that. And in my opinion, she only made herself look bad. Miss Carol said facts. Miss Sylvia said maybe he should go for custody if he's able. I was having this conversation with one of my good friends earlier, Miss Sylvia, and I said the same thing. Maybe he needs to take custody of the child if um he's required to bring food for his child every day and the child is not eating properly. Maybe he should just take that child out of the home and care for that child on his own, and then let the mother, have part-time custody of the baby, but the baby primarily live with him. I said the same thing, Miss Sylvia. Miss Kimberly said, did she call all of the other fathers? I'm not sure, Miss Kim, but it seems as if, like I said, I'm not sure if I heard her say that she do this all the time. I'm almost positive she said that. Seems like she didn't, Miss Kim, or the other ones are just absent because she's putting all this burden on this one man's shoulder. It seems like she might not be able to call the other fathers. I'm just speculating, Miss Kim, because we only no, like Miss YouTube on Fire said, we only know one side of the story for the most part, and that was hers. The man really just was in disbelief that this was really happening, and the fact that she threw the food. So he really wasn't saying much other than he's obligated to take care of his child, and that's what he's doing. Miss SK says, so if he purchased school clothes for his child, she came across like he should do the same for the rest. And that's another thing I was thinking, Miss SK, like, do she expect him to do everything that he does for his child for her other children too? Like, is he not allowed to buy his kids clothes or buy his kids shoes or take them gifts without buying the other kids too? Because I know people like that and have ran across people like that in life, that's like, if you don't do for all my children, if you don't buy all my children a gift, then none he that and that child's not getting the gift either. And I'm like, what planet are you from? Like, you have to be mindful who you procreate with. And I tell my brothers this all the time, and my sisters too, but they're older. But I tell my brothers this all the time. You have to be very selective of who you procreate with. You'll be stuck with this individual for life once you have a child with this person. Be very careful who you choose to be the mother of your children. Make sure that they are mentally stable, that they didn't come from a broken home, and they're not bitter if you guys don't work out, because it doesn't always work out for the mother and the father, but you should never put the children in the middle of your dysfunction. Hello, Miss Shamika. Miss Shamika said, hey, y'all. Miss SK Budget says, budget better, baby mama. Absolutely. Like I said, I know she get an adequate amount of food stamps to provide for three or however many children that she get. How in the world did you run out of food for your children for the month? That's crazy to me. Hello, Miss Trinity. Miss Shirley says, exactly. YouTube on Fire says, you're right, cousin. A real woman gonna make sure her kids eat. Period. Yes, Miss YouTube on Fire. If you and listen, I don't judge people when they're trying to provide for their children. If she was going to cock her legs open for free, then she should have cocked it open for some money to provide for her children. If she was going to willy nilly give it away from free, honey, go make sure your children are provided for. I mean, you're doing it for free. Miss Rose Garden says she's saying her children was hungry, but yet she wasted food by throwing it. Pissed me off. Say it again, Miss Rose Garden. Like you really, like a lot of the cousins said, you could have divided that food up amongst the children and at least they would have something on their stomach. But yet you threw it on the ground like you had some rights and like you had some money to buy them something else. Like the nerve of you. Miss Shirley says rice and beans and chicken is a good meal and was stretched for a few days. Miss Shirley. Miss Lawanda says right, or she's selling the food stamps. And you know, in a lot of cases, Miss Lawanda, that's what a lot of people do. They feel like they get so much, so many of them that they don't need them, so they sell them for whatever they need to sell them for, and then when the shit jumps off and get deep at the end of the month or at the beginning of the next month before your other payday, you don't have enough to even sustain your household. So, I don't know. Hello, Miss Stephanie. How are you, baby? I'm glad that you're here now. Miss Shirley says, my opinion, she's not shopping correctly. That's what I said. That's what I said, Miss Shirley. Ain't no way she could be. Hello, Miss Bridget. How are you? Miss Bridget said the father did offer that his child eat in the car. Yes, Miss Bridget, I did see that, but then she declined and said no. Yes, Miss Bridget, you're absolutely right. Miss Brenda says, hey, Miss Brenda says he asked her, can he take the child in the car? And she said no. Okay. Miss SK said the delivery is very important. Very important. Hello, Miss Charisma. How are you, baby? Have Miss Florida Red. Good to see you all tonight. Very important, Miss SK, is not what you say, is how you say it. And going off of the little video that we saw, she's not mature. She's not mature at all. So he probably went off of their interactions and say, you know what, F you. I'm just going to do for my child and you figure the rest out with your immature behind. Miss YouTube on Fire said you broke it down good, cousin. I tried, Miss YouTube on Fire. I tried to see it from every point of view, but I just don't understand the method to her madness, because I know here in Michigan, the young ladies that I have assisted, when they have two children, they get enough food, more than enough food stamps to provide for their children. So she had three or four of them. I'm not sure the exact number. So I know that she had enough money to provide for those children for the month and then some. So what are you doing at the market? If she's even doing anything at the market. Hey, Auntie Tracy, if she's even doing anything at the market, or is she just selling them and just buying them little um snacks for them to munch on all day? Miss Ann says exactly. Miss Florida Red says, okay, she's talking to YouTube on Fire. Miss Shamika says, say it again for the ones in the back. Miss Gilda said, okay, Miss Gilda's talking to Florida Red. Miss Rose Garden said, it's like she thinks she's owed something. Yes, Miss Rose Garden, she's very entitled, very entitled. And you can tell that by the way that she went after the man. Like, come on now. Miss Tracy said, what did I miss? Okay, Miss Tracy. I'm not sure if you saw the video that's floating around on YouTube, is now viral. This A young man went to take his child some food to his children's mother to his child's mother house. The mother has several other children in the home. The mother wanted the young man to provide for all of her children instead of him buying his child food, and the father wasn't going for that. She said that she doesn't get her food stamps until the 11th of the month, and she didn't have any money to feed her children. So she basically was telling him that it was his responsibility for him to provide for all the children when he provided for his as far as food was concerned for that day. The father wasn't having that. So he told the young lady, and I'm glad Miss Brenda did remind me of this. He told the young lady to let the son come out into the car to eat. So because she was complaining about him eating in front of the other children, she said, well, he said, well, bring my son down. He can eat in the car. And she said no. So she told the man to give her the food, and then she proceeded to throw the food and tell him wasn't nobody gonna eat. But she made herself look really bad, in my opinion. And like a lot of the cousins said, she could have divided that food up between the children, and at least they would have had something on their stomach, opposed to her throwing it in the street like she had it like that and wasting that man's hard-earned money. Like I said, we don't know his financial situation. We don't know if he was able to provide for multiple children, because we already know going to the fast food restaurant can get very expensive when you're providing for multiple people. So we don't know his financial situation. So to put that burden on him when it's not his responsibility was been it was beyond me. Okay, I'm coming back up into the comments, you all. Um, Miss Carol says you are so right. Hello, Miss Bridget. How are you, baby? Miss SK say right approach and delivery. Miss Florida Red said present comfort and peace. Miss Ann, virtual hugs being sent your way. Absolutely. Hello, Miss Trudy. How are you today? Miss Rose Garden said he tried to feed his child in the car. She wouldn't allow him. Absolutely. Hello, KB. How are you? Hello, Miss Cooking with Tracy. Miss Cooking with Tracy said, hello, cousins. Miss Rose Garden says some men would have knocked the hell out of her, to be honest, because it was how she did it. I'm with you, Miss Rose Garden, and trust and believe I do not advocate for anybody hitting anybody. But growing up in the hood, I have seen it done. And I was just glad that he was decent enough not to put his hands on her in that situation. Hello, Miss Patricia. Um, Miss Patricia said, just hone. What are we talking about? And yes, I miss you. I miss you too, baby. I'm not sure if you just caught the recap, Miss Patricia. Let me know if you did or you didn't. Miss Lawanda said, exactly. That's why it was recorded to try and make him look bad, but it backfired on her. Absolutely, Miss Lawanda. It was beyond me that she even took the phone out to record and said that people think that you're a good father. No, I'm going to show them. I'm about to expose you. Expose him for what? You're the only one getting exposed at this moment because you look like a trifling mother. You look like a deadbeat right now, that you're not even providing for your children, and you're putting that stress and that burden on someone who has nothing to do with that situation. He's providing for the one that he made with you. So call the other fathers and see what they're going to do. Don't hold that man accountable and responsible for the children that he did not bear with you. Miss Jacqueline says, sounds as if she has a nasty attitude and he possibly just deals with her for the sake of his child. It's sad, but some women make it hard for the kids. Miss Jacqueline, I said the same thing, baby. We on the same page. I said the same thing. Um, it, her attitude is probably what makes him do the things that he do, and made him just say, you know what, I'm just going to provide for my child and F what she's talking about, because it could have been so simple for her to ask him to go get a little hot and ready. I'm not sure if y'all have Little Caesars in y'all states. That's a Detroit thing, but a hot and ready, or a pizza, or some hot dogs and bread and chips, or go get some cereal and some lunch meat. And he seems as if, from the little clip that I saw, I could be wrong, but he seems like he was in a good enough space mentally that he would have done that had she approached the situation in a different manner. Hello, Miss Robertson. How are you? Miss Robinson says, if he's the babe, is he the baby, she might be mad he's gone. And you know what? A lot of time, Miss Robinson, parents, mother and fathers, take out their bitterness, their anger, on the other parent, and thus the children suffers. It's not the other parent, because the majority of the time the other parent has went on about their life and is not even thinking about you. So you're doing your children a disservice. If anything, you're breaking your babies down. You're not hurting him in any way, because he's gonna just go on about his day, and you still gonna have to find a way to feed your children. And at the end of the day, your children suffers, not the opposite person. Miss Florida Red says, I heard about this but didn't see the video. Um, it's all over Facebook, Miss Florida Red. If you just Google the McDonald's stories, I'm pretty sure it will pop up on Facebook. Hello, Black Jewel dropping gems, baby. How are you? I'm good. How are you? Miss YouTube on Fire says, that's right, cousin. I tell my sons the same thing, because some of these baby mothers are treacherous. Yes, Miss YouTube on Fire. I'll come back and let you all know the situation that my brother is going through right now with the mother of his children. I have to get his permission first, but it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. Miss Gilda says, Mika, I'm watching her. She has a beautiful weave, lashes, nails. Oh my goodness. See, Miss Gilda, you saw more than me, baby. I just saw her hand. I noticed that she did have her nails done, and that ticked me off, because if you knew that you don't know how to budget properly, if you know that you can't hold the groceries till the next time you get your food stamps, why in the world did you choose to go get your nails done? That should be the last thing on her list, is to go get all these extras when you can't even maintain your household monthly. I don't care how long ago she got her nails done. She shouldn't be getting her nails done if she can't feed her children from month to month. That money you spent on that can easily have been a pack of hot dogs, some bread, some lunch meat, some cereal, some milk, some juice. You know, that could have easily been that, because I spent a lot of money on my nails. So nails are not cheap anymore, So that money that she used for those things, she could have put to the side for a rainy day, like it rained on her whenever that video was shot. The priorities all messed up. Hello, Miss Cassandra. How are you? Miss Cassandra say, hey, cousins. Miss Patricia says, I tell my sons the same thing. You have to, Miss Patricia. You have to protect the men and the women that's in your life, and let them know that the things that we have experienced, that we have seen with our own eyes, people that we have helped out, to just let them know what type of things that they might deal with if they choose to procreate with the wrong person. With the wrong person. And in my brother's case, the young lady now is just choosing to mature, but she has done so much damage to her children. It's sad. And that is irreversible now, because she brainwashed and manipulated them. And now that she has a whole baseball team, since my brother and her not together, now she need us in their life, when she didn't want us in their life when my brother, and her broke up. So, they can be very bitter. And like I said, the children are the ones that suffer at the end of the day. It's the babies that suffer. You think you're trying to be petty, and you're trying to, one up us, or trying to hurt us. At the end of the day, we were sad with the situation, but we went on with our lives, because we had no other choice to. But you're the one struggling in a shitty position, and now you can't just turn people on and off like a faucet whenever you feel the need to. People have feelings, people, we have emotions. We go through things. We felt a certain type of way when you snatched the kids away from us. So you can't just turn people on and off when you want to decide that, you know what, I'm going to mature now, because I see I can't do this by myself, and I actually do need their help. And so, God damn it, now I'm going to try to make nice with them. It doesn't work like that, especially when you have brainwashed your children. and they need a lot of work done. Miss Bridget said, my prayers goes out to Mrs. Ann. I pray for your strength and comfort. Absolutely, Miss Bridget. Thank you. Miss Carol said, okay, I'm with you on that. Hello, Miss Melissa. Miss Melissa says, hi, cousin. How is everybody doing tonight? I am so well, Miss Melissa. How are you, baby? Miss Black Jewel Dropping Gem says, hit the like button, you all. Miss LB says, sometimes these women who get food stamps seldom, yes, Miss LB, and they don't care how they're going to maintain their household. They just want the money for nails, lashes, wigs, and weed and whatever else. Not saying that that was her case, because I don't know that young lady, but a lot of I've seen it many times over, and then by the end of the month they're asking to borrow money to feed their children or to clothe their children or to get stuff for their children. um when you have the money right there, I don't get it. It was this young lady. I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story. I told you all, and if you all have been rocking with me since I've been talking to my phone, um I told you all that I was a part of this helping group, and that's just my nature. That's who I am. I'm a giver. So I was in this helping group, and um the reason I joined the group was because one of my sisters, I brought her kids. She has 4 children. Now she has 5, but anywho, I bought her children clothes for Christmas. I bought them all 4 outfits apiece, and she never picked them up. So I it was almost like 6 months later, and she never picked the clothes up for the kids. So I went into the group to see if anybody needed the children's clothing. I was giving it away. It was nothing I can, nothing I can do with them. So I wanted to bless a mother or a father, who had children around that age and that could fit the clothing. So um I did that, and I met this lady, and I also offered my services if anybody needed to talk or whatever. So it was this one particular lady that she kind of I gravitated towards her and vice versa. And she had children, and she had a daughter with cerebral palsy, and that really tugged at my heartstrings. So I took the clothes over to her, some of them, because she had a lot of children, but they were different ages. So I took the clothing over to her, met her children, met the young baby that had cerebral palsy, and I spoke with them. And every I noticed that every week in the group she needed something. And so, me being the person that I was, I would buy her groceries and take them over there. I would just do different things and just take the things over there. Well, she one day I went over there because she called me and asked me for some toilet paper, you all, if I can bring her some toilet paper. Now, she lived with her mother. She told me that she get a check for her daughter and that she also get food stamps. And mind you, just 2 days before, she planned her daughter a birthday party, but didn't have any money to buy a cake, the food, or anything. So I took all of that over there to the party, which I don't even understand how it was a party without food and cake or whatever, but I took all of that. So 2 days later, she was asking me for toilet paper. I went over there. When I put up, it was a man in a car, and he was standing outside with his McDonald's uniform on, and he was smoking weed. And when he seen me pull up, she shooed him away to the backyard. So one thing you're not going to do is play with me and my money and my time. So I asked her, I said, who was the young man standing in the driveway? She said, oh, that's my kid's father. Well, you never mentioned that your children's father was in your children's life. You told me you was doing it by yourself. and he has a McDonald's uniform on, so therefore he's working, so he should be able to provide at least a roll of toilet paper for you and your children. And then he's smoking weed. So you have me digging in my purse to get you all some toilet paper, but he had enough money to purchase weed and wraps and all of that other mess, and you're asking me for toilet paper. See, it's some people that you definitely just have to watch, you all. You know, they cry like they don't have this, but they always have their hand out. They just want to see what other people would do for them without them even trying to do for themselves. And it was at that moment I was so enraged. I called my best friend and she told me, she said, get out of that group. She said, you up all night talking to people, you spending all this money on this lady. She said she is a taker. She's not trying to do anything for herself. And she got a whole man sitting there smoking, but he can't go to get a roll of toilet paper. So we just really have to be mindful who our children, our your grandchildren, your brothers and sisters procreate with, because some people are just lazy and trifling at the end of the day. Miss Bridget says, I would have bought them at least a dollar burger at Wendy's. The children not to blame, but if he only had money for his, she should understand she's just ignorant. Call up the deadbeats or ask the family. Absolutely. Hello, Miss Crystal. How are you, baby? Miss Black Jew dropping Jim says, from what I saw, she handled it terribly. He could have bought food instead of fast food. That's true, but then then again, Miss Black Jewel, that's not his. He could have, but it wasn't his responsibility at the end of the day. But he could have. That would have just been me. Hello, Miss Candy. Miss Candy say, "Hey y'all." Hey mom. My mom say, "Hey y'all." Miss Sansa Ray says, "Hey Sansa Ray." Miss Sansa Ray, I'm Tamika, not Fee. Mi- Um, how are you doing tonight? And chat, I'm just getting up from a nap. I'm very well. How are you, baby? Miss Cher says this is a great topic to discuss. I try to bring different things on here, Miss Cher, instead of talking about you know who every day, because that's just not what I do. I just like to throw different things out there that's happening in the world. So, maybe it's somebody out there listening who's just like that young lady who don't know any better. I'm into teaching people. And if I can help someone, and I know a lot of you are established and have careers and things like that, but it's a lot of people that watch our videos that may not be on the live, but that watches our videos. And I get a lot of emails from young ladies and a couple men that that take away a lot of things from my channel. So if I can help somebody see something from a different perspective, then that's all I care about, Miss Share. Miss Florida Red says, I always enjoy your commentaries and your delivery. Thank you so much. And I appreciate you all for being here, rocking with me, even though we're not talking about her. You know, I did say in my first video that I'm not a reaction channel, but I will react to some things. It's just that our homegirl, just she's always doing something, so it's always something to talk about. But I want to bring different topics and different things to this channel so we can just have open discussions. And I like to include you all because I care about how y'all think. I'm not always right. I don't know it all. So I want to see and read you all perspective of things too, because I really value you all's opinion. And I also want to apologize to you all for the horrible reception that I had when I was in the South. But it touched my heart to know that y'all, when I went back and watched the video, you can ask my mom, I was livid because it wasn't breaking up on my end. It was perfectly clear, although it kept going in and out. It was clear. But when I went back to watch the video, I was livid. But y'all stuck it out with me in spite of all of that. And I'm just truly blessed to be around surrounded by such supportive people who who don't even know me, and it's a blessing to be here and to be received in such a way. And y'all really touch my heart. So I thank you all for rocking out with me when you can't hear me, you can't see me. My stuff is I'm having technical difficulties. Y'all still here, and that means so much to me. Y'all push me to want to keep coming here because I just love y'all that much. Miss Beverly says, I was thinking the same thing. Lady Charisma said, what was her reason for not letting the child eat in his car? Was she trying to be mean because he is not with her anymore? I'm not sure about that, the last part about him being with her anymore, Miss Charisma. But she just said if all of her children wasn't going to eat, none of them was going to eat, which is a piss poor attitude to have. I'm not sure whether or not she's bitter about them not being together anymore. I'm not sure about that, Miss Charisma. Miss Lisa says, hold on, Miss Lisa, baby. She should buy biggest bag of rice, beans, buy a big bag of self-rising flour, baking powder, eggs, cases of noodles, big packs of meat, and break it down. 40-pound bags of potato. I'm with you, baby. I'm with you. Go to what we call here the Eastern market where they have the fresh meat, like it's a meat market, but they actually like kill the animals down there and everything too. It smells so gross down there, y'all. But you can get your money's worth when you go down there and buy things in bulk. A case of chicken wing, maybe $40. You can buy a case of sausages, get you a deep freezer and freeze those type of things. So when your money do get low, you will always have something in your toolbox, for your children. You'll never go without. Hello, Miss Linda. Miss Linda says, hi, how are you doing this evening? Have a blessed evening. You too, Miss Linda. I am very well. Miss Lisa said, please excuse my typos. My phone did that. You're okay, baby. Miss Cooking with Tracy said, I know someone like that and just tired of it. Yes, I think we probably all may have came across someone who has that flawed type of thought process, Miss Tracy. But I definitely believe in the village. I believe in each one teach one. So that's why I like to get you all's thoughts and opinions and perspective on things, because we have so much power to change a lot of people, the way that they look at situations, just by the things that we have been through and experienced. And it's a lot of very mature, established women that are on my page, and I just like people to see not only my perspective, but you all's as well. Because, like I said, I don't know everything. I'm just giving you my opinion and my thoughts of how I would have went about the situation. Miss Crystal says that's not his responsibility. She sounded crazy. That's just sad. I'm with you. Hey, Miss Helena. Miss Helena says, hello, everyone. And she just tuning in. Miss Awana's talking to Sansa Ray. Hello, Miss Sharon. How are you? Hello, Miss Nicole. Hey, Miss Robin. Okay, Miss Patricia said I did. Thank you. Hey, Miss Q. Miss Q said, hey, y'all. On to punch that clock. Dude was not obligated to feed the others. It would be nice and most do, but he certainly was not obligated. Have a great night. You too, Miss Carwell. You have a blessed night and be safe on your way to work. And I hope you have a great work day. Okay, Miss. I know you're talking to Miss Lisa, Miss SK, but I'm gonna read this. Miss SK said, right, staples in your pantry: tuna, potatoes, milk, eggs, cheese, pasta, whole chicken, etc. Absolutely. Miss Lisa said she should start going to the plasma center twice a week to have emergency money. Miss Lisa, you're not gonna tickle me today, but I'm with you, baby. Whatever you got to do to make sure your children eat, do it. Those are your responsibilities. They did not ask to be here. You are responsible. Miss Black Jewel Jim dropping Jim says most mothers would have made it happen for the family. I agree with you. Take some bottles back to the store. Ask somebody if you can clean their home. I used to have a cleaning business, and it was times where I didn't have enough contracts when I was first starting off. I had to clean myself. You have to do what you have to do in order to provide for your household. Miss YouTube on Fire says she's very trifling and don't care about her kids. While she thought she was hurting him, she was hurting her son. Absolutely. Miss Candy says, what's the name of the video? I haven't seen it. It doesn't have a title. It was just she ended up just trying to put him on blast, as she said, or what she say, expose him. So just search on Facebook the McDonald's video, or mother throws McDonald's, or father brings McDonald's. I'm pretty sure it will pop up because it's been a hot topic these last couple days. Miss Carol says she should be thankful for everything. Absolutely, because you have some parents out here that just leave you with a child and they don't do anything. So, the fact that he's still around in spite of her nasty attitude, and he's still doing for his child, which he's obligated to do as well. Some people just say, put me on child support so I won't even have to deal with the mother. But he's still trying to be present in and she's treating him unfairly, in my opinion. Miss Patricia says, "Are a box of hamburger helper go a long way, baby?" Yes, she can even made it from scratch, Miss Patricia. She didn't even have to buy a box. She could have got some noodles, some hamburgers, some green peppers and onions, made her a cheese sauce, and made homemade hamburger helper. Um, Miss Patricia. She could have did noodles. What a pack of noodles is $1. You can get those from the dollar store. You can get a pack of, even though ground beef is expensive, the state provides for her. So she could have had a pack of ground beef, and green peppers and onions are fairly expensive. Or you could have bought a cheese sauce from the market, threw that in the pan. You could have made a whole big pot like you do of spaghetti, or you could have made spaghetti, and that could have fed the children for several days. Lady Charisma says, I also think she realized that she may have just lost a good man, and this is how she is reacting to it. I'm just saying, it could be Lady Charisma. I don't put it past them, because we already know how some people act bitter, men and women, when somebody choose not to be in their life anymore. So, hello, Miss Mary. How are you, baby? Miss Mary says, I am late, but I am here. I think she was very abrasive, probably mad he moved on without her crazy self, will later cause a separation between the kids. Yes, I agree with you, Miss Mary. She does seem like she's holding a grudge of some sort, but I can't really say that for sure, because we only, saw a little snippet of their, interaction in their life. But it can be a bunch of things, Miss Mary. And a lot of times it is bitterness, because you're not with the other person and now you want to be petty. But at the end of the day, the children pays for all of that. Miss SK says, I'm glad he didn't react negatively. Me too, Miss SK. And like I said, I applaud him for just walking away from the situation, because that ticks me off when she threw the food in the street. I wanted to pop her. So I'm glad that he was mature enough to just walk away from the situation and go about his business and not put his hands on that woman. Hello, the TK experience. The TK experience says she should be happy that he is at least taking care of his child. Absolutely. Hello, Miss Katrina. Miss Katrina says the mama was doing too much. She spoke out on the situation, and apparently he used to live with her and did for all of the children at some point. Nonetheless, she still expects him to do as before. See, Miss Katrina, that's the thing. He's no longer with, and thank you for bringing me that information, because I only saw the one video. So I didn't see her doing um any follow-ups or anything like that. I don't even know who the woman was. It just happened to come down my news feed, and I thought it would be a good topic for us to discuss. But that's not her. As I said earlier, that is not her man anymore. She's not a package deal to him at this point, because he doesn't have those type of dealings with her anymore. So he's doing what he's supposed to do, and that's provide for his child. She should be thankful that when they were together, he provided for the other children that are not his. So instead of her being thankful for what he has done for her, she still want to put that burden on his shoulders and hold him accountable for the rest of his life for providing for children that's not his. What is she gonna do? You know, you just have them in the house, but you expect other people to foot the bill for them. You know, that's a little off to me. My mama said, "Hey, my baby." Miss Ann said, "Say it again, cousin." Miss Beverly says, "Exactly." Miss Cooking with Tracy said, "My son is in the same boat and it's sad." Yes, I'm gonna ask my brother if I have permission, and you all, your mouth's gonna be floored when you hear the situation. But I have to ask his permission because I don't like to surprise my brothers or sisters with anything because they do follow my channel, and I still wouldn't do that. Miss Florida Red says, "Sons of Ray, you still sleepy unless our fee is in here. You gonna learn today. This you gonna learn today platform." A lot of people call me Fee, Miss Florida Red. I get that a lot. Maybe because I never put my name out there. It was always you gonna learn today. So people either call me you gonna learn today or Fee. But my name is Tamika. Most people call me Mika, and that's why I have it in parentheses on the screen because a lot of people just call me you gonna learn today. Miss Robin says, "I make pizzas with tortillas, pizza sauce, cheese, pepperoni. That makes a lot of pizza." Miss Robin, I love that. I love that, Miss Robin. I do that for myself a lot. And it is very good, Miss Robin. Miss Gilda said, "Mika, she's going live on my friend's page." Is she? What's her name? Miss Gilda, so I can go watch her. Miss Patricia says, "What are the other baby's fathers doing?" It seems like nothing since she's putting all that stress and burden on that child's father's shoulders. It seems like nothing, Miss Patricia. But like I said, I only know from the couple minute video of that. I don't know anything about that lady. So anything I say from, other aside from that video is just my opinion, my thoughts, speculation. I don't know her. Miss Katrina says she apparently wants to be taken care of instead of taking care of her babies. In my opinion, very selfish and entitled to me. The expectation is too high and the children are first. Miss Katrina, let me see. Let me um there we go. Let me pin your comment. Because I'm with you, baby. Everything you said, I totally agree. Miss JoJo says, "If I'm throwing a party and other kids are around, I just ain't going to buy one slice of pizza and one cupcake." But her attitude was horrible, almost seemed like a skit. You know what, Miss JoJo? I didn't think about that it could be a skit, Miss JoJo. Now you don't even know what to believe on the internet. Well, you can't believe most of it anyway. But you're right, Miss JoJo. I didn't even think that it possibly could be a skit. But even if it was a skit, there are men and women out there who act like that. So it's not far fetched. I've seen it with my own two eyes, but it very well could have been a skit, Miss Jojo. You're right. Miss Lawanda says, "Hit the like button, please, and thank you." Thank you, Miss Lawanda. Miss Carol says, "Nail never come before my kids. Eating hair, nothing comes before my kid." You say it again, Miss Carol. Nothing. You make sure your kids have everything you need before you do something for yourself. Because at the end of the day, these babies did not ask to be here. So I wouldn't even be thinking about no nails if I know I wasn't going to be able to hold my house down by the end of the month. Screw some nails. Miss Ann said, "I appreciate you guys so much. I am at work now." Okay, Miss Ann, you have a very blessed night. I pray that the Lord is giving you strength to get through this day. And like I said, don't forget to email me because we're still going to celebrate your beautiful daughter all of this week. If it's not too much for you, you can most definitely send me the pictures and whatever you would like me to write. And we're going to celebrate your baby, baby. Hello, Miss. Juanita says, I think that's the couple that does skits. First, she said stamps on the 7th and 11th. I thought I heard that, Miss Juanita. I thought I heard her switch it up, Miss Juanita, but I wasn't sure. I was just, my mouth was just so busy open. But if that was it, could have been a skit. My mama said hit the like button, cousins. Miss Patricia said why mothers don't work anymore. They too busy. A lot of them want handouts. Back in the day, like that's that's the example that I saw. My mother, my grandmother working, even though my grandmother didn't have to work, she still went to work because she don't like sitting around the house. My mother bust her behind, okay, to give us everything that we needed and wanted. I didn't have a bad upbringing at all. My mother supplied us with, we were very spoiled, and people still call us spoiled brats to this day, because I can call my mom right now for anything and my mom gonna bust her butt to do it. But that's just, my mom bust her butt for us, and I greatly appreciate her for always thinking about her children first. And that's why now I'll do anything for my mother. I'll do any and everything for my mom, because she made sure we wanted for nothing. Miss Melissa says, well, do this mother in the hope of, or if she's doing it to be begging. I don't know. I don't know. A lot of people just like, handouts. Miss Melissa, a lot of people don't like to work. A lot of people just want things to be handed to them, so it's hard to say, but I'm going to go hard for mine. I'm going to hustle. Whatever they need, I'm definitely going to get it for them, Miss YouTube on fire. And I'm like that with my nieces and nephews. They call me Auntie Mika for everything. I sometimes I wish my name was Auntie Mika, but or Titi. Most of them call me. Some call me Auntie Mika. Some call me Titi. But sometimes I get tired of that name because they know whatever they need, I will get it for them, as long as they're doing what they're supposed to do. I'll have no problem doing what they want me to do. Miss Ann, Miss YouTube on fire says prayer for strength, Miss Ann. Miss Beverly says preach. Miss Ross say, hey cousin, hey Miss Ross. Miss Dorothy said those are baby. Absolutely, Miss Dorothy. Miss Dorothy said feed them like we feed the homeless, regardless of the sorry mama. I'm with you, but like I said, Miss Dorothy, we really don't know his financial situation. If he was at a place to be able to provide for all of the children, we don't know if he have other children that he is providing for, as well as the one that he has with her. We only know a little bit of the story if it's real. Not now, Miss JoJo got me thinking it could be a skit. Miss Lawanda says, me and my toilet paper would have left. Miss Lawanda, my brother was in the car with me. My brother was cussing so bad, like, me, get the F, get I Miss Lawanda, I'm not all that saved. So I threw the toilet paper at her out of the window. But I ain't want to tell y'all that part, because, but yeah. You can have the toilet paper, and if this the last time you wipe your behind, and this is the last time you wipe your behind, but you won't get anything else from me, because she was definitely a user, Miss Lawanda. Miss Sylvia says that's right. They will use other people to do for them what they won't do for themselves. Takers, users, absolutely, Miss Sylvia. And when you're a person with a good heart, people try to take advantage of that. And Miss Katrina said sounds like a bona fide hustler. I agree with you now, but I wasn't looking at it in that way at first, cousins, because like I said, I'm just a giver, and I don't like people seeing going without. If I have a roof over my head, clothes on my back, shoes on my feet, food in my refrigerator, I'm and my bills are paid, I'm going to do for somebody else who I I see that's struggling. So that's just who I am. Even if I have to sit here and not take a trip or go to the mall or whatever, I'll rather put my money towards somebody who need it. Because I don't want people putting themselves in horrible situations trying to get it. So I wasn't looking at it like that. And because she had a disabled child too, really tugged at my heartstrings. So I think I kind of turned a blind eye to how much she was asking. Until my best friend really was like, you better stop. Her and my brother both was like, no, no more for her, because what is she doing for herself? Miss Mary says the lady in that group needed toilet paper because she full of shit, period. Can't. Excuse me, you all. Yes, you can't help everybody, Miss Mary. You so right, baby. Miss Ann says, thanks, YouTube on fire. I seen the change. I'm not drinking on this day. I'm at work. I'm so happy for that. Miss Ann, and Miss Ann, drop your cash app in the comments so I can buy you lunch tomorrow, or email it to me. I want to buy you lunch tomorrow. Miss Dorothy said responsibility versus having a heart. Having a heart wins every time. He knew those other kids were there, and they are that child's siblings. I agree with you. I respect your opinion, Miss Dorothy. Miss Robin says, my heart is good like that also. I will help once, but after that, I'm researching the situation. I better start researching the situations, huh, Miss Robin? Miss Black Jewel dropping. Jim says, bringing fast food meant his child ate only one day. You're right. Miss SK said, good topic, Mika. Thank you so much, Miss SK, and I appreciate you for being here. Miss Juanita says, great topic. Thank you so much, Miss Juanita. I appreciate you as well. Miss Melissa says, hey, Mom, and that's good because we don't have to hear any accidents every day. Let's talk about something new and different. Absolutely, Miss Melissa, and that's what I try to do. Even though I'm not going to say that we're not going to talk about her, but every day, yeah, no, I'm good on that, but I have a whole bunch of notes that we'll be doing, very soon. Y'all know I got to come with my shenanigans, but I want to provide different things on this channel for you all. Miss Cher says, keep teaching and helping those who are listening and open to your commentary. Absolutely, Miss Cher. I was just so apprehensive about doing this at first because I don't like to be the center of attention. So I held off for a long time for doing this, but a lot of people in my life kept pushing me not to do commentary on people, but just to come here and give my thoughts and opinions on different situations and teachings. And I kind of shied away from it for years. And then I decided last year to create my channel name, and I registered it and everything. And I still could not push that record button because I just don't like all eyes on me. I like to be in the background, helping and whatever. But it is what it is. And I believe God places you in the right position at the right time. And, I'm so thankful that I did decide to finally hit the record button because I have met so many awesome, awesome people during this journey. And the way you guys support me, regardless of what I'm talking about, what time I come on, you always let me know you're watching the replays or whatever. That means so much to me. And that just pushes me to do it another day, because sometimes it can get to be like, I don't want to do this. But then I think about the people that supports me, and I don't want to let you all down. So I push and I fight, and I just, now I'm so used to seeing you all. I'm so used to, conversing with you all. It's like, I'd be like, where my cousins at? Let me go on here. Even if I'm about to talk about something else, I want to see my cousins. I want to see how they're doing. So now y'all a part of my life. And I appreciate it. Miss Dorothy said, good topic. Thank you so much. Miss Robin say, hey, mama. Miss Beverly says, sad, sad. Miss Katrina says, a lot of our sisters have that mentality, unfortunately. I have been serving children and families for over 25 years, and it saddens me sometimes to see the mindset some are stuck in. I'm with you, Miss Katrina, and thank you for your service. We definitely need people like you out here in this world. Um, to continue to be the each one teach one and to be the village for some of these children and parents because they don't have that. Thank you so much for the super sticker, Miss Tracy. It's greatly appreciated. Um, and I appreciate you loving my channel. I appreciate you. But Miss Katrina, yes. Hello, Miss Christine. Miss Ann said, "Hey, Mama." Miss Utah on Fire said, "That's what family does, cousin. We love you, and I love you all. Thank you so much." Miss SK said, "Beautiful family and land. I love to lift every voice and sing." Thank you so much, Miss SK. Yeah, it wasn't a lot of people didn't show up, which I was kind of bummed out about. A lot of cousins that you know um I have a good relationship with didn't show up, but it was good to meet family that I didn't know, and that's kind of sad that we have this big family and you don't know some of them, and come to find out we have quite a few millionaires in my family. Never knew that. We have more doctors in my family than I knew about. Attorneys. My cousin who I um my mom honored my sister for being nurse of the year, and my aunt honored her daughter for being her law school class president. And so I had the honor of presenting my cousin and my sister those awards. And come to find out, there are more lawyers in our family, more nurses in our family, and doctors. So it was just a good thing to just see the type of knowledge and how we have so many helpers in our family that's in the helping field. So that was a good thing. And it just touched my heart. Miss Robin said, "You have a sweet spirit." Thank you so much, Miss Robin. I tried to. I very much tried to because, when we were younger, our house caught on fire. And we were homeless for a minute. And I say homeless because we were out our house. My mom had insurance on the house, but you know that the money don't kick in right away, so we had to live in hotel rooms or whatever. And when everything is stripped away from you and you have to run out your house with just the clothes on your back on Christmas night, um and all you have is the things that you are wearing, which was our nightgowns because our mom woke us up out of our sleep. um you see life in a whole different way. And even though I was just a senior in high school at that time, it just made me appreciate life much more, and to realize that material things don't mean anything. Life still going on whether you have or you don't have, but just the fact that you still was able to be, the Lord allowed you another day of life, that we were still present, that meant so much to me. So I learned very early to not care about the material things in life. And our story was featured on the news, and we had a lot of people that actually looked out for us, and supported us, because my mom had such a great heart too. I get this from my mother. My mama would give you the shirt off her back, and I get that from her. So we had a very great outpouring of support. Um, but it just make you look at life so much different. Miss Florida Red said, "It's okay. That's country living and all of that open land." Yes, and I didn't show you all across the street, Miss Florida Red. It's nothing but trees over there. I mean, nothing but trees. So I mean, I was in the middle of the boonies. So I appreciate y'all for sticking with me. Miss Carol said, "You are so welcome, and I love you." I love you too, Miss Carol. Miss Jacqueline says, "We have to take the good with the bad sometimes. We gonna all thug it out." Gang, gang, Miss Jacqueline. Miss Beverly says, "Hi." Miss Melissa says, "And we all love you too, cousin." Thank you so much. That make me feel so good, Miss Melissa. Hello, Sea, Soil, and Sunshine. Says hello to Mika in chat. I'm late tonight, but you're here, baby. That's all that matters. Miss Katrina says Eastern Market is the goalpost for Detroiters born and raised. Yes, I hate the way it smells, Miss Katrina, but they have the freshest food possible down there. And you know it's gonna be fresh. Miss Melissa says you can go to the meat market and get you a whole bunch of meat and separate it. And that's what I do. That's what I do. It's just me here now. And my man comes, every blue moon. He got his own place. So, you know, but I buy my meat by the bulk, and I was taught to bring it home, wash it, separate it into freezer bags, and then put it up. And that's what I do now. And so it carries me for a couple of months, but granted I'm the only one here now, but it carries me. And so I suggest that she do the same. Just buy it in bulk, wash it, freeze it, and that way you can pick it out, every month and get you invest in a deep freezer. And when you have extra money or at the beginning of the month, buy meat, vegetables, canned goods, things that's going to nourish your children's body and their mind, not hot pockets and pop tarts and chips and juice and rot their teeth out. And then they like them little badass kids running around here with the little silver teeth. Like you just doing them. Y'all, I'm not judging because my niece got silver teeth. My sister gonna be mad I said that. But um, y'all know for some reason them kids with them silver teeth, baby, they be something different. But so yeah, just do that and invest in a deep freezer, and that way you won't have to worry about what you're gonna have to do until the following month. Miss SK said we have a meat plan and a farmer's market, and they take food stamps, and if you purchase over a certain amount, they would deliver. No excuse. It goes back to home training respectfully. Absolutely, Miss SK. And I wish oh, okay, Miss SK says she lives in New York. I I wish somebody listen. I would say deliver my meat here because I can't stand the smell of the meat market, Miss SK. But that is great. Miss Crystal says I just watched a video, just plain sad. I get you, baby. And then Miss Crystal also says then she had the nerves to say she's exposing him. She made herself look and sound like a damn fool. I'm with you, baby. Miss Tracy says, I've seen it but haven't read up on it for praying for my son. Yes, we'll pray for your baby too. Miss Black Jewel Dropping Jim says, I just read an article. The youngest child is his, and when they were together, he bought for everyone, and they're still smashing periodically. Her picture is included, and she is very put together. You know what? That's not hard to believe that that she's put together, but her children, you know, eh, don't have an adequate amount of food for the month. It's priorities, and um, even though he's still having sexual encounters with her, that still doesn't make him obligated. But he needs to keep his peen to himself because he already know how she is. So he needs to keep his penis to himself and go about his life and do for his child. All that, see, that's the problem. When you're going to be done with somebody, be done with them. Just be done with them. And parents, um just be a good parent to your child. All that still, bumping uglies and all of that stuff, you got to stop it because now that's why she feel that sense of entitlement towards him. And that explains a lot. Miss Black Jewel Dropping Gems. Miss Patricia says that is what you and I would do, but today mothers are all about themselves. Let me clear that up. Some, not all, but behavior starts at home. I agree. Miss C Soy and Sunshine said, who are we talking about? That viral video. One second, let me just say good night to Miss SK. All right, Miss SK, good night, and I appreciate you for being here as always. I hope you have a blessed night and a peaceful night. I'm pretty sure you probably saw the viral video about the McDonald's, the man who brought his child McDonald's, but he didn't buy the mother of his children, others' children McDonald's. So she got mad and threw the food in the street and basically said if all the kids couldn't eat, then he couldn't eat the McDonald's as well, even though she didn't have any funds to feed her children. Miss Brenda says they are talking about this on a special segment of the news now here in Houston on Fox 26. Wow, Miss Brenda, it done made the news. Jeez, Miss Tracy says, I'm so happy this is your topic for tonight. It's reality life happening as we speak. Absolutely. And that's what I want to talk about. Things that's happening in the world around us right now that we can take their experience and learn from it and do better. Miss Ann said, what you say, cousin? They didn't hear you in the background. um, hold on. I'm going to let y'all go in a minute. I just want to read some more of the comments and then I'm going to let y'all go because I'll be having y'all up late. Miss Crystal says, I saw the follow up as well when she's sitting in the car trying to explain herself and she still sound crazy because her priorities is messed up. Miss Crystal, Miss Florida Red says, Patricia Metcalf, God bless you with a jewel. Oh, that touched me. Thank you so much. Miss Florida Red. And Mama, don't you forget that next time, I do something wrong. Don't you forget, God bless you with a jewel, baby. Miss Black Jewel dropping Jim says she might not have needed food and used that as a control to get him to the house. And you absolutely right. Miss Katrina says, yes, cousin, she spoke out today and yesterday after the video response from the world was negative towards her. Guess what? She doubled down again. You you know what? Um People they put this business out there, and when the shoe gets on the other foot and everybody's not in agreement with them, now they want to try to backtrack. No, you put it out there, you wanted to expose him, and the only thing you did was expose yourself. Congratulations, that's what you get. Miss Melissa said that is a pretty name. Tamika. Cher says, I was thinking maybe this could be a skit for likes and shares. Miss JoJo said the same thing, and it could be. And that wasn't even in my thought process when I watched that. Miss Cher, that wasn't even in my thought process. And when Miss JoJo said that, I'm like, dang, you know what? Everybody out here doing skits. It could be. Hello, Miss Janice. Miss Robin says, yes, a skit did come across my mind. I didn't even think about that, you all. Miss Kristen said, who is this so I can watch? I don't know who she is. Um, Miss Christine, you just have to go on Facebook and look up McDonald's, McDonald's video or man brings child McDonald's. It's viral now, so I'm pretty sure you'll just have to put in a couple keywords and it should pop up. King's daughter 87 said, I would have took the food and split it up between my kids. Thank you. A lot of the cousins said that King's daughter. I agree. Miss Melissa said misspelled your name. That's okay. Miss Florida Red says, I'm guilty, but I am going to start referring to you in the next chat as Mika. Oh, no, that's fine. I don't take offense to people calling me you gonna learn today. I mean, that's what a lot of people, I mean, that's the only thing that I had up there. And if you didn't start watching me from the beginning when I said my name, then I probably only said it like once or, in one of my older videos. But yeah, it's nothing. Miss Florida Red, it's all good. Miss Christine Foot said, I just hit the like button. I appreciate you, baby, so much. Miss Patricia says, there are men who was raised by good mothers that taught them right from right. My son worked hard. He comes home, cook, clean, watch his children, wash clothes, and try comb hair. Wife is in the house, and you raise your son well. You right. Good job. Miss Crystal says hello to your beautiful mom. Miss Christine say, hey mama. Miss Melissa says, that's the way I was raised to work. God bless my parents. I have neither one of them here now, but they taught me the right way. I'm so sorry for your loss, Miss Melissa. Miss Carol says, speaking facts. Hello, Miss Net. How are you? Miss Vivian said, if her kids have to wait until the 11 to eat, then CPS needs to charge her with neglect. I'm with you. Okay, Miss Ann, let me screenshot that. Okay, Miss Ann, as soon as I get off here, I'll cash app you. And please get you some lunch tomorrow and clear your mind. Ms. Cher says when people start recording certain actions that most would think crazy or odd, I start to think is this a skit? So many people are trying to come up off YouTube, Facebook, and GoFundMe for a quick buck. Yeah, and I guess I don't think about that because I'm not that like that type to would that will use that type of situation to trying to get a monetary gain, so it don't really cross my path. But you know what, I have to um be very keep that in mind, just be very mindful of that from here on out because it can be. Miss Lawanda says hit the like button, cousins, please and thank you. Miss Ann said thanks so much, I really appreciate you. No problem, Miss Ann, we here for each other, baby. Miss Patricia says I'm not going to call names, but there is a lady on YouTube with multiple children, and she would ask for cash app a lot and always in need. And that's sad because is she getting did you send me another super sticker, Miss Tracy, or that was an old one? Nevertheless, thank you if it's another one or not. Um, it baffles me that they come on here begging for money every day. It's a few people that I watch that literally every time that something goes on in their life, they come to Facebook or YouTube and they start asking their supporters for money like they're pimping them. Like, why do you do that? You have to have another plan instead of going to people that you don't know and asking them for money. I'm not saying that you should never ask because closed mouths don't get fed. But every time something happened in your life, you're coming to ask people that you don't know. I don't think that's right. Miss Florida Red said, cooking with Tracy Anderson. I'm going to follow you to see what you are cooking over there, lady. Yum, yum. And I want a plate. I'm hungry. I didn't even eat today, Miss Tracy. Miss Patricia says, I feel sorry for her, but I am um thinking what is going on. Yeah, me too. Miss Christine said it's a good topic. Thank you. Miss Tracy said, thank you, Mickey. You're welcome, baby. Miss Katrina said, thank you, cousin, for your service too. This is not for the weak. Oh, you're welcome. It is not. You have to have really tough skin to do this because you get attacked not only on here, I get attacked by email, I get attacked on Facebook. You have to really have really tough skin to do this. And you have to be confident in who you are as a person. People want to come on and talk about my teeth and aren't you supposed to be sick, and they want to weaponize different things about you, but those type of things don't hurt me. I'm a very confident and strong woman, and outer looks mean nothing to me. I'm going to keep myself up always because that's the way I was raised, but all that type of stuff mean nothing to me. It's what I have to give other people that I'm most concerned with. All that other stuff, they can kick rocks with it. I really don't care. Miss Ann said, yes, a beautiful land, but all I would be thinking about is walking the walking dead and trying to stay alive, laugh out loud. I love it though. It's snakes out there too, Miss Ann. It's snakes. And I don't really monkey around. It's you have to watch out for snakes, the red ant hills, which if anybody know from the south, you step on the red ant hill, your little ankle and your leg is gone. You gonna go to emergency. They will bite the mess out of you and it will sting. Miss Christine said, I am so careful with money now that I'm working because I never had any money. Make that make sense. I understand, Miss Christine. It seemed like every time you make money, it's gone out the door. Miss Florida Red says, these younger moms better get on board. We are headed towards a recession. Meat is not always necessary when your funds are temporarily limited. I agree with you. I much agree with you. Um, Miss Cooking with Tracy said that part is crazy, crazy. Hello, Miss Judy. Miss Lawanda says facts. Miss Judy said that was crazy, in my opinion. She was wrong, wrong. Absolutely, Miss Judy. Miss Christine said that's what they do. Miss Patricia say that again, baby. Um, Put your business out there and people will take it any way that they want. Yes, because we all have different mentalities, different perspectives of things, and our thought processes are all different. So once you put it out there, you never know what you're going to get. Miss Katrina said what's even sadder is that she told the world, including children's services, that she has no food. Right. And then she'll be mad when child protective services come knocking at her door while she's trying to throw him under the bus. She threw herself under there. Miss Carol said you are a sweetheart. Thank you so much, Miss Carol. I appreciate that. Miss Tracy said it wasn't me, cousin, and thank you, Miss Ann. Hello, Miss Ali. Hello, Miss Ali said hello, chat. Well, we have been on here for an hour and 30 minutes. I appreciate you all for thugging it out with me. It's always gang gang over here. And I love you all from the bottom of my heart. Let me cut my camera on for a second so I can see y'all. Hey y'all, I just got on my pajamas, so I didn't want to come on camera inappropriate, but I wanted to say hello. But I love you all, cousins, from the bottom of my heart, and I will see you if not tomorrow. What's tomorrow, you all? Wednesday? If not tomorrow, if Miss Roz don't come on, depending on the time, Thursday, and we will be talking about the party, the filthy pool, all the bodies in the jacuzzi, Snaggy Naggy and his candy canes. We talking about it all. Miss Cher says, your spirit is powerful, Miss Mika, and that makes you more beautiful inside and out. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Y'all really touched my heart. But I love you all, cousins, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Thank you, my Detroit sister, Miss Katrina. And I will see you all very soon. And I will be on camera. I'll have myself together. I pray that you all have a very peaceful night. I will talk to you soon. Good night, cousins.